The World Peace Bell Association is a private sector peace body formed by people who wish for peace. This organization is made up of those in business on their own and who all wish for peace beyond the bounds of political, religious and racial differences. On August the 6th, 1945, citizens of Hiroshima became the world's first victims of the atomic bomb, soon followed by those in Nagasaki in western Japan. Hundreds of thousands of lives were lost in a moment. Through the experience of the miserable atomic bombing on both cities, we learned a lesson that we should never have such a tragedy again. There was a Japanese who warned us that if nuclear war broke out, the human race will perish in the war. And that warning was made by Chiyoji Nakagawa, who passed away a few years ago. In 1954, he had a bell made of the coins collected from the then 65 member countries of the United Nations, in the hope that the unity of the world would be realized. This bell is called the World Peace Bell and installed presently in the compounds of the United Nations headquarters in New York. And the foundation on which the Peace Bell was set up was made of earth, which was sent from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, both having a trying experience of the atomic bombing. Some of the Japanese people succeeded the wish of the late Mr. Nakagawa and established the World Peace Bell Association in 1982. The first ceremony was held at Restaurant Fujinoma in the Imperial Hotel in Tokyo on June the 10th, 1986. We held this ceremony to explain the aims of the World Peace Bell Association to those countries which had donated their coins to us for the past 4 years. At the same time, we announced that we would make the World Peace Bells from the coins which were collected from many countries and continue to appeal for world peace by installing the bells in those countries. And then we exhibited the replica of the actual World Peace Bell in this event and also announced the date on which a ceremony for the inaugural kindling was held to cast the coins into a peace bell, and the manufacture of the bell progressed. Foreign ambassadors and representatives from more than 40 countries, as well as some 300 Japanese guests, attended the ceremony. Before the ceremony, Mr. Shiratani, the organization's committee member, explained the aims of the association to the Japanese guests and thanked them for their attendance. The sponsors and Japanese participants applauded the foreign ambassadors and representatives as they entered the ceremonial hall. First, Mr. Kubo, president of the association, gave a welcoming address. And then we introduced the early days of our organization by using lantern slides. Mr. Tsuruoka, former Japanese ambassador to the United Nations, proposed a toast to the success of our organization. We reconfirmed at this reception that citizens everywhere wish for lasting peace beyond the bounds of political, religious or racial differences. Seen among the participants is Mr. Taizo Matsui, who is a member of the international section of our organization. The choral group of young boys and girls sang Japanese folk songs and made the ceremony really impressive and meaningful. It was a great occasion to make the different peoples of the world even more friendly. And the replica of the actual World Peace Bell was shown for the first time in this ceremony. Mr. Yoshida, chairman of the association, announced the ceremony closed. On July 15, 1986, the first ceremony marking the inaugural kindling for casting the coins into a peace bell, for which we waited for a long time, was held at the Green Center in Kawaguchi City, called the City of Cupra. On that day, many government officials and business representatives from Kawaguchi City and Saitama Prefecture were invited to the ceremony. We also showed the replica of the World Peace Bell, as well as one which is 1/20th the size of the bell tower. Prior to meeting the foreign ambassadors, the chairman explained to the Japanese participants the aims of the association and at the same time expressed his appreciation for their attendance at the ceremony. Now the foreign ambassadors and representatives are beginning to enter the hall. Mr. Kubo, president of our association, gave a welcoming address. The representatives from various countries watched the ceremony progressing, in which the coins collected from the world were united. We received a number of congratulatory telegrams from those who wish for lasting peace. We showed the coins, donated by a total of 81 countries, which weighed some 81 kilograms. The koshiki, or traditional furnace, was purified with sacred sake. This is a dramatic moment. Now the coins are ready to be thrown into the furnace. First, President Kubo puts the coins in the furnace. And the mayor of Kawaguchi and Mr. Yoshida, the chairman. Following the Japanese officials, the foreign ambassadors and representatives put the coins into the furnace one after another.
Thank you very much for your cooperation.
At the hall, the drummers we invited played their art impressively, commemorating the founding of the bell. And then the mayor of Kawaguchi gave a congratulatory address.
Councilors and secretaries from the country all over the world.
The coins began to melt to the accompaniment of the drums. The coins, which were thrown into the furnace with a wish for peace, were melted and united. The melted coins were poured into 170 molds, which make ingots. One of the ingots is put into a peace bell when it's founded. After taking a photograph in memory of the event, we held a social gathering. The achievement of world peace became a subject of conversation, and the participants earnestly hoped that the world should be united. Now, after the ceremony, the foreign ambassadors and representatives appear more relaxed, enjoying the delightful event to follow. The chairman gave a closing address of the inaugural kindling ceremony for the coins. This is one of the ingots which were made by melting the coins from 81 countries in the world. Now the ingot is being thrown into the furnace to make a world peace bell. This is another impressive moment where the incandescent copper has been poured into the mold, together with the world's coins, which has just melted into one. Japan's first world peace bell, made from the ingot of the coins from various countries in the world, has been completed. Wishes for the unity of the world above the bounds of political, religious, or racial differences, and for peace are included in this peace bell. At last, we decided on site for the placement of Japan's first world peace bell. It was at Asoya Promontory Peace Park in Wakkanai City at the northernmost tip of Japan. The ceremony, marking the inauguration of the first World Peace Bell, was held on June 18, 1988 at Asoya Promontory Peace Park in northern Japan. More than 60 guests, including foreign ambassadors and representatives, as well as some 2,000 citizens in Wakkanai, attended the ceremony. Mr. Kubo, the president of the association, officially presented the peace bell to Mr. Hamamori, the mayor of Wakkanai. Following the presentation of the peace bell, the mayor gave an address of gratitude.
We continue
the ceremony outdoors, where the World Peace Bell was installed. The mayor of Wakkanai, the foreign ambassadors and representatives, those concerned and the citizens began to sound the newly completed peace bell in earnest prayer for world peace. The peace bell that the participants sounded, hoping that a lasting peace would be achieved, continued to ring from the foggy Soya Promontory Peace Park, appealing to many parts of the world. After the ceremony, a goodwill party was held at a different place. Mr. Kubo, the president, expressed his appreciation for the courtesy extended to him and proposed a toast to the expansion of the association with the help of all participants and others. Following Wakkanai City on October 27, 1988, a ceremony marking the presentation of the World Peace Bells to Ishigaki City, Japan's southernmost city, the Republic of Iraq, German Democratic Republic, and the Republic of Turkey was held at the outdoor concert hall in Hibiya Park, Tokyo, with many foreign ambassadors and representatives and those concerned attending. The ceremony began as all the ambassadors and representatives enter the ceremonial hall.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Kubo, the President, offered his congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our greatest pleasure to hold this celebration for the delivering of the World Peace Bells to the Mayor Mr. Uchihara of Ishigaki City, Okinawa Prefecture, the southernmost city in Japan, and also to Your Excellencies Ambassadors, 3 overseas countries, German Democratic Republic, Republic of Iraq, and Republic of Turkey. The bell to be delivered to the mayor of Ishigaki City is the second bell delivered in Japan. Many overseas countries.
Now, Mr. Uchihara, the mayor of Ishigaki, also gave a congratulatory address. President Kubo handed out the inventories of the peace bell to each representative, in whose country the bell would be installed. To the mayor of Ishigaki.
And next, the German Democratic Republic. Your Excellencies, the Ambassador of German Democratic Republic.
To the Ambassador of German Democratic Republic. To the Ambassador of the Republic of Iraq. And to the Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey. The President continued to hand out the inventories of the peace bell to these representatives. Then President Kubo, the mayor of Ishigaki, and the mayor of Wakkanai sounded the World Peace Bell respectively. In addition, the ambassador of the German Democratic Republic, the ambassador of the Republic of Iraq, and the ambassador of the Republic of Turkey continuously sounded the bell. Representatives, those concerned and citizens of Tokyo were invited to sound the peace bell. We took a group photograph of the participants to commemorate the occasion.
Thank you.
All the participants moved to a party hall in Nisei building and from the ceremonial hall in Hibiya Park and attended an international friendship party held under the auspices of the association. The International Friendship Party began as the mayor of Ishigaki proposed a toast to the successful ceremony.
21世紀を迎えることのできますように心から記念をいたしまして乾杯をしたいと思います。乾杯。乾杯。お世話にございました。
どうもありがとうございました。
Now today I was
And Mr. Minoru Endo, director of the United Nations Bureau, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, gave a congratulatory address.
to the city of Ishigaki and 3 other countries.
A friendship party was held in a pleasant atmosphere. During the party, the participants had useful exchanges of views on world peace. This is Ishigaki City, located at the southernmost part of Japan. A ceremony celebrating the inauguration of the World Peace Bell was held on December the 10th, 1988 at the Peace Park in front of Ishigaki City Hall. More than 70 guests, including foreign ambassadors and representatives, and some 3,000 citizens attended the ceremony. It was held with a tape cutting, and commemoratory balloons were flown up into the blue sky. Mr. Uchihara, the mayor of Ishigaki, gave a congratulatory address, and Mr. Minoru Endo, director of the United Nations Bureau, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, also gave a congratulatory speech.
To appeal to the world, the tragedies of war, and
the mayor, the ambassadors and representatives, those concerned and the citizens sounded the World Peace Bell. The peace bell that the participants sounded several times in prayer for world peace continued to ring in Japan's southern city, appealing to the whole world. We asked the business representatives of Okinawa Prefecture to join Ishigaki City in establishing the Okinawa Charter of the World Peace Bell Association to promote the expansion of its activities and administer the installed peace bell. We expect that people will play their role in further promoting the activities of the World Peace Bell Association and in administering the peace bell both at home and abroad, making Ishigaki our model city. After the ceremony, a friendship party was held at a hall in the Nansei Grand Hotel, celebrating the installation of the peace bell with many guests attending. The mayor of Ishigaki made a congratulatory speech and proposed a toast to the health of the participants. This replica is made from the ingot of the coins and the medals collected from throughout the world by this organization, and is 1/15 the size of the actual World Peace Bells, which will be installed in the capital cities of all the coin donor countries in the world. The replica shown on the photograph was sent to Mr. Mike Mansfield, the former U.S. ambassador to Japan, as a token of our appreciation. Our association also presented identical replicas to the former U.S. President Ronald Reagan and the Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev in commemoration of the signing of the historic INF Elimination Treaty in December 1987. At that time, we received a letter from the White House in which the former president expressed his heartfelt appreciation of our thought.